designed for an adult audience.
LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. LoveLine, coast to coast.
Yep, it is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew's a board-certified physician, an addiction medicine specialist. Man show's on right now. Comedy Central, everybody.
Jeez, I did something
Gotta
for you
get
guys
that out there.
last week while you were gone.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, I heard you were quite the thespian.
Yeah.
Dr.
Even
Drew.
without your direction.
Dr. Drew did his yearly Man Show sketch, and this time it was big. I mean, 6-7 pages of Dr. Drew, right?
It was funny.
Yeah. Good times. Well, as soon as we're done editing it, I'll bring it in for you there, buddy.
What's left of it?
No guests tonight. I'm glad to be back. I was in New York last week having a decent time. Although I don't like hotel rooms. I really don't.
Did you gerrymander the jerry-rig the
No, the porn?
Yeah.
No, didn't even try.
You guys are big stars now. You don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Whenever Jimmy and I used to travel, the first thing we would do is jerry-rig the box so that we could get porn in our room. Excuse me tonight, but I got these headphones.
Yeah, it's weird.
And Drew has some headphones, and the volume is all screwed up, and it's sort of a little soft.
It's just different, yeah. It's
kind of like like when you get off an airplane and your ears have popped and you sound weird to yourself.
Yeah.
But, we used to travel, and when we traveled back in the day, we would bring a pair of needle nose pliers and sometimes a universal remote and get ourselves set up with the porn. The only thing that was bad is we only had one universal remote, so that once you turned the porn on in your room and the other guy took the universal remote into his room, you had to leave your channel on porn and not shut the TV off. So it was kind of like a, bad dream in the sense that you're watching nothing but B porn 24/7 with all the good stuff cut out. And by the way, that's why I don't rent the porn in the hotels, because it's $12.95 and no penis.
I see.
And in lieu of penis, I get to see Ron Jeremy's sweaty brow over and over again. So it's bad time.
You work things out in New York? Everything worked out?
Yeah, everything's great. And
I had fun with Howie Mandel while you were gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on this show in a little while.
No, he's the same Howie.
Sorry I missed him. Well, he's the new edgier Howie.
No, same Howie.
Shaved his head. He's got an
shaved his
earring.
head.
Wears a leather jacket.
I don't like you.
He's
There he is.
not the guy with the big glove purse anymore,
No.
blowing up condoms.
Not so much gloves. I asked
on
him
his
about what his career might have been like had he had a latex allergy.
Drew, I spotted you on Hardball.
Oh, you saw that?
One of those nights.
What'd you think of that guy? I know you'd have an immediate read on him.
Yeah. If anyone didn't see Hardball, Drew was on that. I think it was Thursday night.
Yeah.
And I must have caught the rebroadcast of it because I didn't get back to my room to about 2:30.
Yeah.
And there was Drew with some crackpot. I don't know if he claimed to be a doctor or not.
No,
but
he was a political consultant.
Right.
Surprise.
Once in a while, one of these guys pops out of the woodwork every once in a while and knows better than everybody else. And addiction wasn't addiction, and there's no alcohol gene and all that. And Drew was great because all Drew Drew just sat there and said, "I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. I beg.
I knew you'd love
I beg your pardon. I beg your. No, I'm begging. I am begging for your pardon. Yeah, no, I beg your. You should have tossed in a how dare you.
I thought of it. I almost did. I swear to God.
That's.
I thought this one's for Adam.
Yeah. So he just made a whole bunch of allegations, sort of put his foot in his mouth, and it's the usual. Anyway.
I like Chris Matthews. He's a fan of the show.
Oh, really?
Huge fan of the show.
Wow. Well, I like that hardball, too. Jenny?
Yeah.
You're 17?
Yes.
What's up?
Not much.
All right.
And that's it?
I have a question. I had sex 9 times in the past 2 days, and every time...
Same guy?
No, 2 different guys.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And each time I let them bust in my mouth.
Bust in the mouth.
Yeah, so
I
was
used to
wondering
mean
if
being
you can
smacked
get
in the
sick
mouth.
from that.
Times 9?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when
What's
I
up
was,
with that,
in
Jenny?
prison.
Why the enthusiasm there?
Now, is it 4.5 times a piece, or did one guy get you 5 times?
One guy got me 8 times, and the other got me once.
No, that poor guy who got the once after the guy with 8 was done with you.
Yeah.
Well, let's dispense with your question first,
Yeah.
and that is that before we go off on the things we think are important, what you ask about is the fact.
Yeah, if you can just get sick from it.
You can't get sick from it. I imagine you get nauseated from it, but you can get infectious diseases. And it turns out your mouth is somewhat protected against the viruses, particularly if you don't have any sores in your mouth or bleeding gums, that kind of thing. But your esophagus can be penetrated by hepatitis C, potentially by AIDS virus. And so yes, you can get STDs from oral genital contact, and you can get some of the more serious ones that way.
Yeah. How old are these guys?
18 and, both 18.
I see. And they're having sex with you, but they finished off up top?
Yeah, because we didn't have a condom.
I see.
Yeah, but you can get pregnant just from having intercourse with them without them ejaculating, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So you got that morning after pill ready?
No, I'm getting it tomorrow.
But hold on.
Right on.
Couldn't
Jenny.
it just went like in a potted plant or something? They had to go in your mouth? You mean to finish?
Pardon me?
One guy to keep proving his point, too.
Yeah. The one guy finished in your mouth 8 times?
Yeah.
Now, is that right, finishing right in, or is that a little fellatio and then finish?
No, that's finishing right in.
Wow. Oh. Yeah, see, no excuse for that.
Jenny, what's up? You in love with these guys?
No, I just made a really big mistake.
9 times?
Yeah.
Well, are you going to see either one of the guys again?
I'm going out with one of them.
You made a big mistake. Help me understand this.
Which one, the 8 guy or the 1 guy?
The 8 guy.
All right,
Do you think he loves you?
I don't think he loves me.
Do you want to have a relationship with him?
Yeah.
Does he want to have a relationship with you?
Yeah, we're going out.
Yeah, but you going out, maybe he's just wanted to unload again.
Maybe. Yeah. I hope not.
Jenny,
Okay.
how you want to go down that path?
I don't want to get into it.
No.
Jenny,
Yeah.
do not get pregnant. Do you hear me?
She's getting the morning after pill. Let's give her some
Please
props for
do
that.
not get pregnant.
Okay.
This is not going to be a good future for you, and keep an eye on this guy.
Okay.
All right.
I don't trust him.
All right.
18 finishing in everyone's mouth.
Let
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, surprised, lining up for more. She's like, well, I think he wants a relationship. Hey, well, wait a minute.
At 18, if I could finish on someone's foot, I would have been thrilled.
Near someone's foot.
Just on the
You kidding?
heel of somebody.
Look at that go to that guy's head.
You watch enough porn. Okay, you want the analogy? I know
Yeah.
I always use this, but I swear to God, I turned on the TV a few weeks back. I'm watching the high school Ronald McDonald, all-star game, and these guys are jamming.
Oh, yeah.
Leaving from the free throw line
Yeah.
in Sky Monster jamming. The kind of stuff that Julius Erving was doing 20 years ago that was blowing people away. And the stuff Jordan was doing, 10, 12 years ago and blowing people away.
So
These
basically,
guys are all doing it now.
So what you're saying is the sexual behaviors is a behavioral advancement, a skillful advancement.
I am saying monkey see, monkey do.
Right.
And that's not a racial joke. The guy who won the dunking contest was white, bizarrely enough. Yes, I know. But the point is you watch enough porn, you see what goes on in the porn, and you start watching that at 14 or 15. How long is it going to take you to catch on? Sarah?
Yeah.
You're 24.
So maybe
What's up?
porn has a responsibility to show sex in a more normal way.
No. Or otherwise it wouldn't be porn.
Sarah, what's up?
Hey,
It would be Cinemax.
I hope you can help me out. I'm actually really scared. It felt like for as long as I can remember, I've had really intense masochistic fantasies.
Yeah.
And starting last year, a regular boyfriend I was in a relationship with actually just kind of brought up that he was into it. And so a couple times, we kind of played. And ever since then, it's kind of picked up steam. I visited a professional dominatrix once just to find out what that was like.
You liked it.
Oh yeah, I thought it was great. I got
But
this huge.
So it's really
It was a woman, though, right?
Yeah, well, that's because it's hard to find professional men that do it.
That's interesting.
And really, the reason I did it was because I thought, well, if I'm interested in this, I want to find out how it's done right, and find out, how not to get
Hurt.
really hurt. But I really enjoyed it, and so it's even picked up steam from there. And then today, I ended up doing something that is really actually quite risky. And of course, now that it's over with, I realize how stupid I was. But through a personal ad, I met a man who describes himself as a sadistic dominant, and
Well, when we had that show with the dominatrixes in here, they said the people that do what they call them, Uh,
Um,
police reports or something, you know.
leather fags.
Yeah, no,
Oh, I don't know.
no, the women that go to personal ads and just meet guys and do this stuff, they basically said it's like next murder
Statistics,
victim. Yeah,
yeah.
statistics.
Yeah. And
But
you know, I
let's hear- all right,
really,
let's-
you know,
what-
I thought I was being safe. You know, I thought I was checking everything out.
Yeah,
and
right.
nothing,
All right, so all right, so
nothing-
what's going on with you? Where'd this all come from?
That's my question because, I mean, I started having these fantasies when I was really young.
How old?
You know, I'd be 6, 7 years old, and if I read,
You know, I was thinking about this over the weekend, and I think that one of the ways to think about why people go down these paths is that there's times in your development when your wiring is very plastic. It's still you can form it. And if you have repeated or super intense, arousing experiences, either by being physically abused or being around abusive people, or things that sort of become so arousing they kind of burn out your normal system for experiencing stress and arousal, that in order to experience yourself again, see, all that stuff of arousal turns into sexual material when you're adolescent, when you hit
Right.
puberty. And in order to experience yourself that way, it's like you need to bring in that level of intensity of exposure. You know what I'm saying, Adam?
Right.
Does this make sense?
Yeah, no,
I'm-
listen, I was whacking
Yeah.
off to a raft box when I was 16. That's how deprived I was.
Yeah.
I was looking at a raft box at Big Five
But-
in
but-
the swim
This is-
department.
This is the
There was a chick in a bikini on the raft.
But if
that
you-
that was as much stimulation as I could handle.
But around high degrees of arousal in certain periods of development, it sort of wires you up in a certain way. That becomes your sense of sexuality. In order to get that triggered, you have to get that level of arousal going again, or you don't experience yourself sexually.
Right.
I-
Yes.
I've got to think of a clearer way to say that. But
no, I'm actually getting it pretty clearly, Drew. I mean, the thing is, I've actually never in my lifetime been able to have an orgasm unless I'm fantasizing about engaging in
right,
masturbation.
I get it. I get it. It's a true fetish for you.
Well, where's
Yeah.
your boyfriend?
Well, I don't have a boyfriend right now.
I see. You killed him.
But my most recent ex-boyfriend is actually like my best friend now,
Ooh.
and he's really, he's trying to look out for me. And before I did this thing today, I emailed him like the name, address, and phone number of this guy
In case you're missing.
in case I turned up
Oh,
missing. I mean, I do
right.
realize that it's a risk.
Is there addiction in your family or something? Are you an addict?
I'm not an addict myself. I've never done any drugs.
Parents?
My father's family are alcoholics, and
Yeah.
my dad, to use a term that you guys used to use, my dad's kind of a rageaholic.
Well, see, that's that arousal, Sarah. You said you hadn't been abused. There it is.
Who said rageaholic? You?
Oh,
I
you
say
guys-
that. I use
Dr.
that. I use
Dre
that term.
uses it a
I
long
use that
time
term.
ago.
Yeah. No, that's alcoholism, and that's. I just wonder if you have the gene, and that's sort of how this is playing out. You got that arousal mechanism set up by the rageful dad.
Okay.
That's
well,
it.
what is she gonna do? I mean, is this like trying to turn a gay guy straight? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You smack him with a Bible. You hand him a woman. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And what do you do to recondition what has become a sexual proclivity? Maybe just as powerful as being gay or straight or a pedophile.
It's a wiring, right? And I don't know that anyone can truly accurately answer that. My own belief is that by not giving into the fetishes and by forming very stable intimacies over time, eventually that sort of rewires you and you find a new expression of self sexually.
Yeah.
It's like therapy, right? It's
No,
therapy.
I think you have to treat yourself like a pedophile would, which is you have to contain yourself.
But
you
while
spend the
you're
rest of your life containing yourself.
But then she has to form stable relationships with healthy people
Yeah.
that sort of allow the more usual pathways to open up.
Right.
And that would take a long time, take a few years.
All right. So what's she doing? Going to the shrink, taking some pills.
Shrink would be good, but you just
Finding Jesus Christ?
finding a relationship, a stable relationship.
Aaron,
Yeah,
you're 16.
yeah.
Yes, find a stable relationship with a guy who's not handing you a gimp ball
Right,
and
that's
beating
right.
your ass with a
That's
cat of
right.
nine tails. Go ahead, Aaron.
Not an alcoholic either.
Okay, I wonder if I should ask out this girl that's like,
No,
Oh.
no, she's out of your league. way out of your league,
well, it's
buddy.
not that, but I'm just saying, like, 'cause I met her in, like, August or September, and she had a boyfriend at the time,
Yeah.
so I didn't bother with that.
Uh-huh.
But last week, she broke up with him.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I'm worried about is that in her past, she's been, like, abused, and she's told me that she's been raped before.
Yeah.
All right. So
Well, why is she telling you so much?
Oh.
You're a friend of hers?
Yeah.
you're the guy she goes to and cries on your shoulder when these guys are being so awful to her, and you're going to make it right for her.
Well, kind of. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. No, we get it. We got the picture.
Yeah.
But it just came up once because my friend was, like, hitting on her, and it just came up.
All right. Now, is she ever expressed any interest in you?
Yeah.
She has?
Yeah, well, I think, because, like, when she leaves and I, like, wave at her, she smiles at me and stuff.
Oh, well,
like, she wants
she's
to be
very
later.
huge. She's into it, madam. Come on.
Let me see if I can. Watch this. Hey, Ann. How you doing? Hey, you're right.
You cannot
No,
get
she
her to
didn't smile.
No, no way. Anderson will smile at you, though. You wave at him.
Anderson. There you
see?
go. Give myself a nice BJ in the LoveLine parking lot between commercial breaks. Well, Aaron, if
Yeah.
she's smiling and waving, I mean, you're
Aaron,
in.
it's funny. You get the picture here, and yet you still want to go down that path. You're
Uh-huh.
the rescuer. You're going to make it right for her.
Uh-huh.
You know that she's not going to stay with the guy who's nice because she is into this abusive pattern.
Yeah.
What's up? Are you just hell-bent on having a physical relationship with her? Do you really like her?
Well, no, I just want to, like, have a girlfriend, because, like, she's there.
Well, you know how guys are with women at the beginning, the same way they are with cars. Like, their dad leaves them a piece of crap, I mean, and whatever piece of crap that gets left to them, they immediately try to fix up. They'll try to trick it out. Look what a high school guy does with a car.
Or
I mean, your parents give you a Toyota Corona, 78 four-door beige.
Yeah.
Your grandmother kicks off and she leaves it to you. So what do? You try to put some rims on it, see if you can tint the glass,
Right.
maybe lower it a little bit. That's all. You know why? That's all you got. I mean, this is the only
Yeah, but-
female that is in Aaron's
There's another version of that, though.
on his radar
Well,
screen.
guys will go for a super exotic car, and the people say it's a lot of work, a lot of upkeep. Watch out for it. They're like, I gotta have that car. I don't care. It's all right. I'll take care of it.
Well, there's that too. Hold on, are we talking about cars now for real? Or
Yeah, we're talking about
I
cars.
just got to get a little confused. But also, you remember this. When you were a guy, there was only a certain amount of women that were on your radar screen.
Yeah.
They went to your school.
Yeah.
They lived within
Yeah.
5 miles of your house.
Yeah.
And whoever you got on there, that's who you got to work with.
Yeah.
Maybe she ain't that interested in you. Hey, that's tough. You got to keep working.
Yeah.
Keep banging away. Aaron does not move around too much. He's kind of he's
Landlocked.
He's landlocked. Aaron, why don't you find yourself a nice girl?
Okay.
Just move. Listen, if she's into you,
That's fine.
that's fine. But I think if she was into you, you would have known it by now.
Well, I don't know if I should ask her out or not because of all
Okay,
that.
ask her out.
She's your friend.
Give
Ask
it
her out.
a try.
But just what you're getting into here. Just
Yeah.
be careful here. Huh?
Ask her out.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay. And then
That's right.
maybe she'll wave at you at the end of the.
She
Drew,
waves
write
at-
that one down.
She waves at
You think
me,
she's into you? Well, yeah, she does. I wave at her,
and she smiles.
and she acknowledges it. Not through lifting her arm, but she actually smiles.
You know what? That smacks so real for the kinds of stuff I used to do when I was like 15, 16. Think of that.
Yeah,
You'd have
just
this
wave it.
fantasy about one, and they just smile back. You'd be like, you'd be stricken. Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's like watching TV and thinking that Hobo Kelly has a crush on you because she's looking through her big novelty sunglasses.
Huh?
Oops.
Local show.
No, local show.
Yeah.
That Hobo Kelly.
Yeah.
You guys didn't see that one? No. Mike,
Hello?
you're 27. What's up?
For a while, like last weekend, I was having some pains in my groin area. I finally went to the doctor, and he said I had an inflammation of my epidermis.
Epididymis.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And I was so overwhelmed and happy that it wasn't a hernia. I forgot to ask how I could have got that.
It can be just from irritating the urethra, like soap or masturbating or things like that. It can be
Soap?
from sexually transmitted disease.
No, I've been with my wife for 10 years, so I haven't done that.
Yeah.
We're both clean.
All right, so it's nothing. It's just some bacteria that gets down to the part of the tract that doesn't belong. So usually they use an
Where's
anti-
that epididymis?
Sits on. Give me the book.
No, I'm not looking
Sits on
at
top of the
Right
testing.
on top of your testing.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
part of
that.
your testing.
I see.
Little cap.
You've been whacking off with Perel?
No.
No, he's married. And
No.
sometimes she has a little vaginitis or something. He doesn't know about it, and they can get in there. And he gives you an anti-inflammatory and antibiotic, and that usually
Yeah,
takes care
I
of
got the anti-inflammatory, and I got some Motrin for the inflammation.
it. Yeah, that's it.
But I just had a couple other questions, if you didn't mind.
Real quick.
I was wondering, what would a therapist really do for you if I needed to see a therapist? I've had a troubled past, and I don't know, is it...
What's your past?
Well, I was molested twice by two different people. Once at the 13 for 3 years by my uncle, and then another time by some some other guy.
13 for 3 years, huh?
And you're married. Do you have any feelings for men?
Oh, no, I don't.
Hmm.
I'm totally heterosexual.
Right. And what about whose brother was this uncle?
It was my grandmother's brother-in-law.
It's a great grandmother's
Basically,
brother-in-law.
I guess it'd be like a great uncle.
Great uncle.
All right. Your family was a mess, though, weren't they?
It was really bad because when I told my parents, they didn't believe me.
Of course not.
Yeah, I know. I told my parents, too. They didn't believe me. But it turns out they were right. I was
You were
one of the
lying.
few cases where a guy was lying about being molested. Yeah, well, how often is a kid, by the way, bluffing about being molested by some, distant family member?
And then a stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids don't
Just
don't
bragging?
Lie. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I had this old guy blew me for a couple of years when I was 13. What do you think, Dad? Yeah, it's something.
Hey, how dare you talk like that? I beg your pardon. I
All right.
beg your
Hey,
pardon.
Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound like you got your head screwed on pretty good for a guy who's been through this trauma. But therapy is not a bad plan for someone who's been
Yeah,
through what
or
you've
just
been
living with
through.
that family you've been living with.
I had hid pretty good deep down inside. I didn't think about it for a lot of years.
Yeah, that's
Then-
not a good thing. That's
When
the
I
people.
had-
I know people who have had those traumas believe that that's how they overcome them, but that's not an overcoming. That's a submerging. That's a
Right.
putting them in a place that they continue to cause trouble.
Who was that jackass we had on the show a couple months back when I suggested that somebody was a victim of molestation or rape, and he got indignant and said he was a survivor of molestation or rape.
Yeah. Was that on this show?
Yeah. I did tell that blowhard to shut up when he said that, didn't I?
I'm not sure strongly enough.
I really,
Who was
I
that?
can't remember
Yeah.
that guy.
You
He
said
was
you-
in here talking about,
You got to look at it more positively. How dare
Something.
you call them a victim? They should be survivors.
yeah. Hey,
Remember?
listen, it's important for everyone in
Was it a
society
male?
to
Was it
tell guys
female?
like that to shut up.
It was a female, wasn't it?
No, it was a male.
Gentleman rapist.
Yeah. Who was
Who
that
was that?
guy?
Who is that?
I don't know who the guy was. But here's the thing, I don't know if this has to do with this call, but you know what people do, Drew? They get on the side of the rape victim, and then you have to shut up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it appears that as if they're on the side
Yeah, you're
of
against
the
it.
victim.
You're against
So
it.
if you pipe up about their inane comment,
Yeah.
then it's as though you're pro-rape,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I've not come out for or against yet. But I'm glad I told the guy to shut up. I can't remember what the hell he was hawking. It was a
van?
Sunday night
Yeah,
guest.
yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was talking about something. All right. We're going to figure this out during the break, and then we'll come back, and we'll tell you who it was. Not that any of you will be interested, but that'll be after this.
1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back.
Yay! LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Blink 182 is coming on Tuesday, so we'll be glad to see our friends, Blink 182. The guy who we're trying to think of was the guy who was the ecstasy expert.
Right.
And ran some sort of hotline, helpline, where they tested ecstasy and did all that.
Right.
That was the guy who made the mistake of saying victim instead of survivor, and he made it clear that there had to be a distinction made between a rape victim and a rape survivor, and they should all be called survivors. But I think I told him to shut up.
Yeah.
I'm very happy I said that. that it's really the kind of stuff I think about at night.
Is what?
Is
Why I didn't say shut
why I
up?
didn't tell that guy to shut up.
Hey, listen, I tossed a couple times about that guy on Hardball with me.
Yeah, Drew
I
really
thought-
hated that guy.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon.
No, I thought, why didn't I go after what was obvious, which is that he had the alcoholic dad, and he was mad at him and didn't want to give an excuse for the dad's disease.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that it? I mean,
Well, listen, how do you get involved with anything
yeah,
in life?
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Not hobbies, causes.
Mm.
When you're involved with a cause, you're going on the breast cancer march. Well, your mother got breast cancer,
Right.
and that's good 90% of the time. It's just the 10% a-hole factor we have to deal with, who have a cause within their cause.
Right.
And they're doing it not because of not for the good of the people, but to somehow
Empower themselves. Yeah.
Thank you. Chris,
Yeah.
you're 20. What's up?
Basically, my girlfriend doesn't like to give me blowjobs or anything like that. Now, I know a lot of girls don't, but the problem I have is, like, hair is growing out, like, halfway up my penis. Like,
Nice.
Like, actually coming out of the shaft itself, halfway up it. And you know, I can tell it disgusts her. She doesn't want to really say anything to hurt my feelings or anything.
Maybe she just doesn't like giving oral sex.
I thought about that, but, you know, when she had to pick hair and stuff, you know, it's out of her mouth and everything, it just disgusts her. She stopped when she started having to do that.
Yeah.
Isn't most of the action away from the base there? You know what I'm saying? Couldn't she busy herself elsewhere?
Yeah, the
You know,
control tower at the
Yeah.
top there is really, that's where all the action is. That's hooked right up to the spine. The base is just merely a pedestal for the head
Right.
of the penis.
I mean, it goes up pretty far. The hair grows out pretty far.
How long is your penis when it's erect?
When it's erect, about 7.5.
7.5. Not bad. And how far does the hair go down?
So to speak.
Right.
Probably about 4 inches.
Yikes.
Wow. Yeah, you still got 3.5 to work with, though, right?
Yeah.
She just probably doesn't like doing this.
Yeah, you don't want to get rid of that hair in some fashion?
I'd like to get rid of it. I don't want to shave it because I know that'd probably make it worse.
Is she going to wax it?
Well,
What's he going to do?
why does shaving it make it worse?
Yeah.
Just shave it off.
Yeah, just shave it regularly.
Just buzz it off.
Give us a little barber
it down.
Yeah, barber shavers.
Are you serious,
Beard
Chris?
shavers.
What's that?
You're serious about this question?
Yes, I'm serious.
Okay. First off, what do you do? Are you junior college or are you just working?
No, I'm just working right now.
Right. But you're thinking about junior college, aren't you?
No.
Dreaming.
One day, you're going to junior college. Oh, yes. Listen, there should, if there's any reason at any moment that you think that someone is not giving you oral sex because of fill in the blank, you focus full time on whatever that is.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
And if you think for a hot second that she's not giving you oral because there's hair growing up your penis, prune the penis. Obviously. And Drew, what is that with the hair growing halfway up?
What?
You don't see that very often,
No,
do you?
some people have that.
Yeah, we have heard it a few times. Just shave it off.
Yeah, they get those little beard trimmers. Just,
You know it's funny though. It's like people are like, no, I mean, women do this with their mustache. Like, hey, I don't want to shave it. It'll come back thicker. All right, genius, just walk around with a mustache then. Instead of, at least if you shave it, there's that period of time where it's been shaven where you do not have a mustache.
But the reasoning is that every time I shave it, it will get thicker. Pretty soon it will be like some sort of caterpillar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
And
look like Leroy Neiman.
Yes, men's faces should be completely overtaken. You shouldn't be able to see their skin because they shave every day.
Right.
It's thicker every time they shave.
We should all
every
look,
time.
all look like the guy who helped out at the sawmill from Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
He also did that other Michael Landon Heaven help me, Heaven Can Wait, Heaven's Gate, Heaven's Crossing,
Heaven's
going
Gate?
to Heaven, Heaven Lane. What was that Michael Landon Heaven, Stairway to Heaven?
Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven, really?
Huh?
I wonder if Led Zeppelin got a piece of that. Okay, but listen, if you shave whatever you're thinking about shaving, ladies or gentlemen,
Just keep doing it.
there will be a time when you do not have hair instead of medium hair constantly. Highway to Heaven.
There you go.
Thank you. I knew it wasn't Stairway to Heaven. Mike? Mike?
What?
You're 18. What's up?
All right. I've had a girlfriend for probably a couple months now, and we had prom last week.
You went to the prom?
Yeah, we went to prom together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And after prom, we decided that, I don't know, we've been thinking about it for a while, we were going to maybe have sex.
This is 18 and a virgin.
Huh? Yes, we both were.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're hearing.
I see.
We thought that would be about the right time, so we went to her house, and we had sex. Okay, we were going into it. I kind of went down on her first, and I smelled her vagina. I don't know. I figured it was kind of stinky. I didn't think much of it.
Well, when you're dancing the night away
Yes.
in 3 layers of chiffon, you work up a little scent.
I mean, she's a normal-looking girl. Like, she takes care of herself and stuff. But
Sure.
as we were having sex, I don't know, the smell, overcame me. It's like a stinky BO smell. It's like a weird smell that...
Bad times, yeah.
Well, but there's a certain amount of normal smell there that's like that.
And I don't...
You know what I'm saying?
I don't have a whole lot of experience, but
Yeah,
I'm wondering
yeah.
if this is, like, normal.
It sounds about normal.
Well, listen, if you take a woman out, I don't know if you got a whiff of the back of your sack after a night of dancing
In taffeta.
in that rented tux of yours, but you go out for, I don't know, 5-6 hours, right? I mean, what time did you pick her up for the prom?
Well, we went to dinner first around, 5:30.
5:30. And what time, how long did it take you to get the panties off?
Not too long. Prom got over at 11. We left a little bit early.
Yeah.
And I'd say probably around midnight.
Midnight.
7 hours.
6.5 hours.
Work day.
Yeah, that you can work up a good funk in that period of time.
Yeah, so, is this a pretty bad smell? It's probably just because, the time...
It sounds normal. If it's overwhelming and it's particularly...
Just because she's, a virgin or something?
No, it has nothing to do with her virginity.
No.
It's if it's a fishy smell, sometimes it can be an infection. So it's something she may want to get checked out. And because you guys are now are sexually active, it's important that she get a pelvic exam and make sure that her health is taken care of.
That's the whole thing, too, though. A couple of things. First off, Mike was 18 but sounded like he was 14, right?
Yeah.
He's not still in the yummy phase of life, as I like to say. All men and women stay in it longer, maybe their whole lives, but men, all you begin life in the yummy stage. What do you want to eat when you're 2 or 3 years old? You want corn dogs.
Yeah.
You want McDonald's. That's all you want.
Yeah, macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. You want caviar when you're 9? No, it tastes like crap.
Yeah.
You want beer, you want champagne, you want a cigar, you want cigarettes, you want heroin, you want a vagina. No, you're in the yummy phase. That's how you're born. Every man is born into the yummy phase. That's all. You want to eat nothing but Captain Crunch and corn dogs. That's it. And you get older, you start getting introduced to things. People, Producer Ann, Kevin and Bean, morning show at the fabulous Mother Station K-Rock. Yummy phase.
Hey, Stryker.
These are
Filled in
guys.
for you?
Yeah.
Bizarre.
They don't drink coffee. They drink cocoa.
He won't touch peanut butter because doesn't know how it looks.
Too salty. Yeah. These are kids, okay?
Oh my God.
They think the texture's weird, it's too salty, and they're not getting in.
We never touch coffee.
They're not in cigars.
Coffee.
Oh, I want to punch these guys. But the point is you give a 10-year-old a shot of brandy, some caviar, and a cigar, he's going to vomit.
Yeah.
Hey, he could eat coffee with 14 teaspoons of sugar in it, like Dr. Bruce, who's beyond yummy phase. He's like he's diabetic or something. I don't know what his problem is, but as you get older, you learn to appreciate things that were nauseating to you just a few years earlier. And women parts, yeah, they're on that list. Remember that first sip of beer? Not good. I mean, you drank it, little peer pressure, but that beer at age 14, 15 at the park, Friday night, didn't taste good. Now, you get the shakes if you don't have one. That's it. That's the yummy phase. And our last caller, Bill, here, in the yummy phase. Who was that? Was that Mike?
Mike, talk to him again.
In the yummy phase.
Want to see what he likes to eat and stuff, just for the fun of it?
Really? All right. Mike?
Mike, still there?
Yes, yeah, well.
What do you like? Let me ask you a question.
Favorite food?
You like beer?
So, yes, somewhat.
No.
Occasionally with a friend.
Yeah. No, right.
When
But you don't really like the taste.
Yes, I haven't always. I see what you're saying.
No. And you don't drink coffee.
No, I just don't like the coffee. But
You don't like.
What's your favorite food? What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? French toast.
French toast.
French toast.
Nice.
Woo! You rat.
Hot Pockets. I don't know.
Hot Pockets, French toast. Yeah, they like a lot of Chef Boyardee items.
French
too.
fries.
A lot of raviolios and
spaghetti.
Yeah, novelty food too. Stuff you can eat with your hands and play with. Okay, Mike. Listen, you get yourself some monkey brains, a big fat Cuban cigar, and some brandy.
Some sushi.
All right? All right. And get out of that yummy phase. All right, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back after this.
Loveline.
1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Tyra Banks, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yep, it is. And I am, and he is, and the phone number is 1-800-LOVE-191. Don't monkey there, Drew.
I got one ear going.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, my sound seemed to have dropped out a little. We're having, shocking, some technical difficulties here at Westwood 2, home of the oldest equipment in North America. I guarantee it. Shocking. Boy, is this place a dump. Man, is this place a dump. But I'll tell you one thing about the good folks over here at Westwood 1 or Westwood 2
Profitable.
or Westwood none. Not only is it profitable because every penny is profit, nothing goes back into the equipment, but number two, they either don't listen to this show or just have a ton of pride. I don't know what it is, but I've gone on 5-minute long rants about what a dump this hellhole is, known as Westwood 1, and they still don't get themselves a fax machine, which, by the way, you can probably get one for, what?
$85.
85, $100. Yeah, the reason we don't have a fax is because they don't make the paper that the fax machine would have used. They discontinued
In
it.
1937.
I think they were buying it from military surplus for a while, and they eventually ran out. Jim?
Yeah.
You're 32. What's up?
Yeah, I'm 32, and a little situation happened last night. We got these toys, right, sex toys my wife ordered and stuff, and they gave us a free thing, right, and it glows in the dark. So I walk in, she's asleep, I walk in, I see the thing glowing in the dark. I go, I got to try it. And it's a little apparatus you slip on to help yourself, you know, just to masturbate with.
Slip it onto your penis?
Oh, yeah.
And then what do you do with it?
Well, then you it's got little nubblies in it and everything, and it glows really bright. I mean, I was shocked, but it was really tight. Okay, so I just kept going, and
What did you do with it?
well, I came.
What did you
and,
do? How did it operate? What did you do with it?
Oh no, it's just like a rubber latex thing that just slips right over it. But the hole,
Mason jar.
was really small.
Yeah, hold
really.
on.
The reason this doesn't. If you really have a question, why would you focus on the glowing thing?
I don't know.
Why would that come up 3 times?
I can't figure out whether Jim is BSing or he's just one of those guys that's the reason women hate guys.
Oh yeah, it could be one of those guys.
It just sounds like everything comes out of their mouth. It sounds like BS.
Yeah.
There's nothing behind it.
Well, it made you suspicious because he emphasized stuff that was not just unimportant, like didn't even need to be brought up. But why did you bring up the glow in the dark?
I mean, for me, it was just a vibe. I didn't get anything
And the vibe.
from
The
his
vibe
voice.
was there too.
Suspicious.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and just say you're one of those dudes, right?
No, this is
You
all
work
for real. The only thing I talked about glowing is because I've had this thing for a week and haven't touched it, okay? It just caught my eye. That's it. This is all legit, swear to God.
Okay, so you
Okay.
put this thing over your penis and you
Congratulations, you're one of those guys that had him described.
You use it to masturbate with.
I used it once last night.
Right.
But anyways, it really hurt. When I finished, it really, and like I said, it was really tight fitting.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking maybe like one of those rings or something. Maybe that's what it's trying to be like. Anyways, when I finished, it hurt, but it feels good anyways. So I go to rinse it out because I'm going to go to bed, and there's blood in my semen.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously when I peed afterwards, there was irritation. There was irritation later on today. Tonight, we just went to dinner, and I'm like, okay. But, it's still tender down there. Could it have been just some ruptured blood vessels?
Yes, it could have been. And the irritation can be caused just from the blood being emitted. But it is something worthy of getting checked out.
Really, you still think I should just
You
go to the
can't,
doctor?
it needs to be proven to be nothing, which I suspect it is, and I suspect you're right, it's just a broken vessel. But it should be proven otherwise.
The moral of the story is don't walk in the room, see whatever's glowing, and use it to ejaculate into. And by the way, the whole glow-in-the-dark thing, that's cooled down a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, about 30 years ago. Yeah.
Didn't it? When I was growing up, every third thing glowed in the dark.
Especially skeletons and skulls. Remember that?
Skulls glowed in the
Yeah.
dark. But even like keychains and things, somehow it was a large aid that something could be spotted, like
Yeah.
a beacon in the night.
Yeah, green.
Now, I'll tell you what I'd be down with that. TV remote.
Yeah?
That I could see glowing in the dark.
Yeah.
That I could be down with.
Yeah.
You walk into the den, the light's off, you want to flick the TV on, can't find the remote, turn the light on, then you turn the TV on, and then sometimes go back and turn the light off. That I could see. What else?
We have to sit down and make a list.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not necessarily during the radio show, though.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All right. You want to take some calls?
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, I could see him at the glow-in-the-dark factory.
No. Huell Hauser?
Yeah.
No. First off, you can't eat stuff that glows in the
that's
dark.
true,
He
yeah.
only goes to factories of stuff you can eat. And number two, it's way too advanced. That would be far too interesting. He has to go to the tortilla churro factory. Ashley?
Yeah?
You're 16?
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, I've been on orthotricycline since like August or whatever, and my boyfriend and I always use that plus condoms and usually spermicide too. But we were thinking about possibly doing it with no condom. I have to be kind of quiet 'cause my parents.
Wait. You're on the tricyclic birth control pill.
Yeah.
Which has virtually 100% effectiveness.
It's what?
It's virtually 100% effective.
Okay.
And then
So-
you're using spermicide and condom on top of that?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't want a baby.
Okay.
Boy.
Well, being on the birth control
and
pill.
she's a little paranoid.
Yeah, quite a bit paranoid.
Yeah.
And unless you're using it for safe sex, which is fine, that you're worried about an STD or something. But
No,
if you
not
need
at
it for
all.
contraception, you're done. If you take the pill at the same time every day, that's it.
What do you do with that spermicide? You put it on the condom on the outside?
No, it's got an applicator that kind of looks like a tampon, and it's like foam or something, and you just put it in.
Injects it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you just take a holiday fogger, like one of those roach foggers,
Yeah.
light it off in your vagina, and
Yeah.
then you have sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Any fleas that are in there, anything that comes out of the penis, are killed. And that spermicide's not all that effective anyway, is it?
No, it isn't.
It's not a bad concept.
Yeah. If they ever have one that worked.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what they ought to release? Forget about the poison. They need like a parasite. Need something that eats sperm. Like our first caller tonight.
Yeah. Maybe you release her into somebody's vagina.
A
Yeah.
small animal. I
Yeah.
mean, it would have to be smaller, probably in the rodent family. Maybe
you work
insect.
this out
maybe
with
insect.
your crotch sniffing dogs. You can kind of work it out with them. Yeah, have a little, yeah.
Little powwow with my scientist.
Yeah.
But yeah, instead of killing the sperm, just find something that was an enemy of the sperm that would actually eat the sperm.
Enemy of the sperm. That's your new movie?
That's a Travolta movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I was watching, I don't know what the hell I was doing. You know, there's nothing that makes me more angry than a movie that everyone says they like that blows. I don't know why, but there was a string of movies like Broken Arrow and Face Off and these sort of John Travolta movies, which are really, I would classify as gay porn more than I would an action movie. I was standing in the airport in New York on, hour and a half sleep with still some booze in my system on Friday morning, and I was passing by the DVD store, and they were showing Face Off, where you got Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. And I was thinking about the pitch for the movie. Well, you got one guy who's narrow, is Bing Crosby, and then you got this other guy with this big Buddha head. And what we do is we have this laser, and it goes around the guy's face, and he pulls the face off, and then he plants it on the other guy, and then the other guy says he's him, even though there's a difference of 70 pounds or so, and maybe 3 inches in height. And, of course, voice characteristics, mannerisms, everything. His wife doesn't seem to notice. As we all know, as if you could just pull your face off. And I wonder how these goddamn pitches get through Hollywood. Like, is there anybody raising their hand going, What do you mean you pull? What do you mean you?
Well,
you cut the guy's face off and stick it to the other guy.
Hey, but Nick Cage and John Travolta say they're into it. They want to do something together.
Oh, okay. We'll do it then.
Let's do it. Yeah, there it is. Game
How
over.
come one of those guys don't raise their hands and go, excuse me, Earth to Tardos? What do you mean pull a guy's face off and stick it on the other guy's face? And then they want you to buy into the whole thing. It drives me insane. It's like that piece of crap Liar that Jim Carrey was in. It was like, well, he can't lie. He can't tell the truth. He has to tell the truth. Yeah, how come? Well, his kid, is having a birthday party. Uh-huh. And you know the part where you make the wish, you blow out the candles? Right. He wished that he couldn't lie anymore. I see. So, Drew, now you have 3 kids, so be careful.
Yeah. Oh, God. Every year on their birthday, I expect mayhem.
That's right. You could be turned into a black athlete. You could be transformed into a woman or a giant poodle. Whatever those kids wish. Okay. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
LoveLine will be right back. So get your problems ready. Ready.
Yep, LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. All right. We're ready to get back to the phones here, Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe I can only hear myself in one ear. Can't figure that out.
Oh,
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
You
Let's
too
see.
now?
Test 1, 2.
I got it. I fixed mine.
Test 1, 2. Yeah. What'd you do?
Here, how's it use?
Pulled it out? Oh, true. Something painful's going to happen to us before the night is through.
How's that better?
Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hey, good
All
times.
Oh, no.
You could be an engineer here at Westwood, too. Okay, back to the phones we go. Melissa,
Yeah.
you're 17?
Yeah, I'm 17. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Well, my boyfriend, he lives in Fort Lauderdale right now, and I live in Tampa. And so it's kind of a long-distance thing going on. We've been together for like 5 months.
How old is he?
He's 18.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to Fort Lauderdale to make some quick cash because he had some problems with his uncle, and he wanted to go and dance.
Problems with his uncle? What does that mean?
Well, his uncle, he moved in with his uncle when he was 16.
Why?
And his uncle, because he's had a lot of family problems.
Yeah, evidently. What's up with his parents?
His mom and his dad were both coke addicts. His mom was a prostitute. She has AIDS. She's got full-blown AIDS and she's dying. And
What happened with the uncle?
The dad's in prison, and the dad left James at his uncle's house.
Let me just tell you that somebody with James, that your boyfriend's name?
Yeah.
Somebody with that history, and then God, surprise, surprise, gets in trouble with the uncle. The uncle became abusive or something?
Well,
I'm
no,
sure.
I don't think that any of them really are alcoholics.
I didn't say alcoholic, just he became abusive. When kids leave home, it's because somebody's really giving them big trouble.
Well, he was adopted because his mom was arrested.
What's the uncle doing?
Well, the uncle has been giving him drugs and sexually trying to be with him.
All right, that's abuse, okay?
Yeah.
And when a kid with that history says, I'm going to make some quick cash, that's prostitution. Right, would you say?
Well, yeah, basically. He was trying to hustle at the beginning, but he really
there you
didn't
go.
like it. So.
No, he didn't like it. He didn't make enough money at it. He's still doing it, I guarantee you. What are you doing with a guy with a prostitute?
Well, he's not prostituting though. He works in a club. He works dancing. He does this glow stick thing in the club, and I've seen him do it.
Well, hang on a
I
second.
know that's what he does.
What's a glow stick?
Was a glow stick up his ass? You seen that?
No.
Glow in the dark
Just
theme tonight. It's it keeps coming.
It's like little gay rave clubs. I don't know.
Gay.
I don't
Gay
know.
club.
But that's not my question.
How old is he? 17, did you say?
He's 18.
18, all right.
Yeah.
Melissa, what is up with you? What is up with you that you can't see reality here?
My question really is because
we almost don't care because this is...
While he's been gone and we've had a lot of problems and stuff, and we just fight a lot. And I met this other guy, and he's a little bit older than me. He's 23, but he's a really nice guy. And
he's 23. You're 17.
All right, come
Yeah.
on, let her ask. Go ahead.
All right, what's the question?
Where'd you meet him? At the Waffle
Like-
House?
Dairy
No, I for like 6 months, I was going to this pet store, and because I love turtles, and I was buying turtles and stuff, and I met him there. He works there, and he's like, he's a really
mover.
nice guy. You know,
Works at
he's
the pet
easy
store.
to talk to, and he's it's just a break. You know, I
Okay.
really don't feel anything for him, and I'm not.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think like.
But the fact that you don't
I
feel
wanna
anything for him, now I'm suddenly enthusiastic about him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
All
yeah.
right, so you don't feel anything for him. What's your question?
I do feel I do. I like him a lot, but I mean, but
Ooh,
my
did
boyfriend,
you say
my
confused?
boyfriend, he seems really like fucked up right now. I'm
Oh.
sorry. He seems really messed up. I'm sorry.
The choices he's making is keeping him going down a path of real serious behavioral problems.
Right.
Things that are going to be very destructive and potentially lethal to him.
Well,
He's
never been-
hustling. He's a gay prostitute and a gay dancer.
He's
and
he's never prostituted. He's never had sex for money. Never.
Didn't you say he was hustling to begin with?
Well, he was thinking about it. That was his other option.
Okay.
Besides going to Fort Lauderdale to dance in the club.
Okay.
And see, he's living right now. He's living with this guy who writes for like a gay magazine, and he does like a lot of advertisement for gay clubs and stuff. And this guy, like,
He writes for
He's
Men's Health.
huh?
Men's Health, is that the magazine?
No, he writes for a gay magazine.
That is a gay magazine.
Oh, I don't know. It's
Oh.
it's a magazine called Hotspots.
I see. Probably.
Okay, and so like this guy, and he's a coke addict, and so he's like trying to get my boyfriend to do all these kinds of things, and I really don't think that he's doing it, but
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
I'm just really
Melissa.
unsure about everything. I guess.
All right, baby. What is up with you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This
I
is what we need
I
to
care
know.
about him a lot.
All right.
Oh,
Step back.
this guy is a project. You should raise the Titanic.
Yeah.
It would
It'd be
it
easier.
would take less
It'd
time.
be easier. Yeah.
And be easier to pull off than fixing this guy.
Or than having a safe, stable relationship with him. It's just not going to happen.
I've always had a safe, stable relationship with
Well-
him.
No, you said you fight all the time.
Well, now we do, and he's only been there for like 2 weeks. So
Okay.
I mean, we've been
Okay.
together. For
Why? Okay. Do not get pregnant.
Oh, I was pregnant.
You're shocking. Shocking. What are you doing? What do you do? How's it work? Do you just go, hey, I'm white trash, screw it, I'm getting pregnant, I'm going to hook up with this bi guy who does a glow-in-the-dark stick dance at some gay place?
He never
And
did that. See, that's,
please.
He
He just said he does a dance with a glow-in-the-dark stick.
Yeah, but for the past like month since he's lived in Fort Lauderdale, he's still in.
All right.
Here with me.
Please use protection.
Oh, I always have.
Okay, so here's what I want to say to
You
you.
got pregnant, though. You don't always use it.
Okay, Melissa,
Uh-huh.
Oh, poor Melissa. It's just
are you in high school?
No, not anymore.
What's up?
I quit school.
Why?
What's your plan?
Well, I've been basically trying to get my job back or get another job because I just moved.
Okay.
I have like a really unstable.
No
like,
kidding.
Yeah, Melissa, you've got to
Okay,
get your own ass together. here.
Here's the thing, Melissa.
Yeah.
You know what you need in your life? Someone who's extra sane.
Extra boring.
No, extra sane.
Yeah, but
Let's
she's
get
a
on that
project.
You're at a little sane deficit. Now, you managed to find someone who's more screwed up than you are. That's dangerous.
Yeah. That's a volatile, explosive.
Yeah. Basically, it's like this, Melissa. You are trapped out in the wilderness. It is getting dark, and it's going to snow. You need to find a guy who's got a compass and some outdoor experience.
A tent.
You found an interior decorator from Beverly Hills who's drunk.
Look for the areas. Fill that space.
That's right. You found Christopher Lowe.
Barefoot.
Now you're both going to freeze tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
You gotta, and this goes out to all you screwed up people.
Yeah, but they're not attracted to
I
anything
know
else.
you're not attracted to it, but to them. But be smart enough to look in the mirror and go, listen, I'm screwed up. I got to start hanging around with people that are
You don't,
not
yeah.
as screwed up as I am.
You don't have to choose to go with your attractions. You can choose to go with something a little less enticing, but in the long term will help you a lot more.
I say you go with Mr. Fastlane at the turtle shop.
Yeah, I'm enthusiastic about him all of a sudden. Yeah, I am.
I thought those turtles carried hepatitis, Drew. I thought it was illegal to have those as
That's
pets.
those little guys, yeah.
Oh, the little ones?
Yeah.
Nicole?
Yeah.
I love turtles. You're 13.
Get the box turtles now.
What's up?
Well, I was wondering if it was harmful to my breast to wear a bra at night.
Why? How could that be?
Oh, I don't know. My mother's been hassling about me about it. She's like, "Oh, you'll get a cyst or something." I'm like, "I don't think so."
No, you know, underwire bras can irritate, but I'm not sure.
You wear a bra when you go to bed?
Yeah, usually. And my mom was like, "Take that off!" And she's like, ridiculous.
Wow. You do a good impersonation of your mom, by the way. A good impression.
I'm not sure. No,
why do you wear a bra to sleep?
It's comfortable. I mean, I'm rather large, so like.
Slow down. You're large.
Yeah.
What are you?
34C.
Bouncy. Right.
Yeah.
And, well, I have a huge penis, but you don't see me wearing a jockstrap to bed.
You do?
No, I don't. See, that's okay.
That's the joke.
I got it now.
No more.
Nicole, I think it's fine if that's more comfortable for you. I don't see any problem with that at all. You can get some underwire. The underwire bras will irritate and can cause some problems that way. But you know, maybe get something that doesn't give you that same kind of support to wear to bed. That's it.
Save you time in the morning. Why don't you just put some pants and a blouse on too? You pop right out of bed and go straight to school.
What do you think's up with Mom? Is she freaked out that she's getting to be sort of
paranoid?
Yeah, I think that is what it is.
Yeah. Is your mom Jewish?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a guess. I'm clairvoyant.
Yeah.
All right. You're fine.
How dare you? Are you profiling somebody? Are you profiling?
Nicole?
Yeah.
You're fine. You sleep on your back or your stomach?
My back.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen. You need it. You need it. You enjoy it. You enjoy it. Fine.
Okay, thank you.
Tell them Drew said it was fine. I'll tell you what. Why don't you sleep in the bra and then take the bra off and go to school? That'll make your mom happy.
I'm sure.
Okay, Nicole.
All right, thank
now,
you.
what are you in the 7th grade?
8th grade.
8th.
Okay. Watch out for those guys, right?
Yeah, they don't even know where my face is anymore.
Yeah. Is you okay with that?
It's all right. Just got to remind them once in a while.
Yeah, they can't help themselves.
I know.
You know, they just can't.
Yeah.
And just recognize them for what they are.
Yeah. Well, that's a
helpless.
compliment.
Yeah.
What about a lot of women that are interested in guys who drive a nice car, make a lot of money, do whatever? I mean, how much more superficial can you get?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's got a guy wears a nice watch.
But
women can be
men,
attracted.
men,
to
I
that
really
guy.
believe sometimes can't control themselves. Their eyes just do their own thing at that age, especially.
In the 8th grade?
Yeah.
Please. Bill?
Yeah?
You're 18?
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Well, for the past couple of weeks, I've just been having a hard time getting an orgasm from masturbation.
You on medication?
Effexor?
That'll do it.
It will?
Yep.
Oh, really?
You changed your dose recently, or?
Well, maybe a couple months ago.
All right, that might be it, though. You got to talk to your doctor about it.
Okay.
Okay?
Will nothing come out of you?
Well, a couple weeks ago, it was just that it was erect, and nothing would come out.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it just, wouldn't even get erect.
Ooh.
And, yeah.
Well, after you punished it for
lack of compliance.
Tugged on it.
Yes.
Interrogated it like a Nazi prisoner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but talk to your doctor about that. That is a side effect of that medication.
Yeah, I mean, recently over the past few days, it's started becoming erect again, and I still get the pre-ejaculatory fluid, but that's it.
Are you on something besides Effexor?
Nope.
All right.
Is there anything else I could try?
Yeah, there are a lot of things you can try, but you got to talk to your doctor about it, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right, thanks.
All right, Bill. I'll tell you, I have a complete dominance over my penis.
Control.
And
control.
I
put you on
tell my
antidepressant.
nuts to jump, and they say, how high? That's right. I crack that whip.
Your penis is not whipped.
I will tug on that thing until something comes out. Always been that way. A lot of resolve when it comes to that.
Proud of you. Let's keep going.
Okay.
All right.
All right. John? Drew, you break some wind in this?
No, I didn't. What are you smelling?
No? In the theater here? No? Smell a little something. John?
Yeah?
You're 20?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, well, recently, about 2 weeks ago, I noticed that I had blood when I went to the bathroom, and I made an appointment for Tuesday for the doctor, and I wanted to know the possibility of what could it be.
That was the first time you'd had that?
Well, it's been kind of I've had like little droplets like from the past, I guess, 2 years.
No diarrhea?
No diarrhea.
And no other symptoms? No abdominal pain, anything like that?
Some abdominal pain, I guess. Some cramps, I guess.
Any irritation in the anal area?
A little, not much.
It's probably just an internal hemorrhoid, but you do need to get it checked out.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right, thanks.
All right, good times.
All right.
Now listen, I'm fixing one of these days to go to the doctor and get the finger in the ass, you know?
You need to get the whole scope done. You had rectal bleeding, remember?
No, that was just a little something. That was superficial. I don't think that was in the stool. A little something on the surface of the ass.
Whatever.
Here's my point.
Yeah.
Can I take like a Valium or Quaalude or something before I go in there? You know what I'm saying? What do they need me for? They just need my ass. Take a pill, get myself a little, out of it. General anesthetic.
It's just a rectal exam, dude.
But how about I get myself like an ether tank or something?
If you were gonna have the whole ream job, the sigmoid or the colonoscopy,
Yeah.
they would give you plenty.
Would they?
Oh yeah.
How they do that?
Well, the colonoscopy, they put IV and they put you down.
Ooh, put you under?
Yeah. I mean, not general anesthetic, but you're asleep.
Well, what's the difference between being asleep and having a general?
General anesthetic, they take over completely. You're on a breathing machine.
I mean, general is your lungs ain't working.
Nothing's working. You're shut down.
Well, isn't your heart working?
Yeah. But I mean, they've taken over.
You would die
Yes.
if they put you under a general and they did not keep you going.
Yes.
But the other one is
you just sleep. It's asleep.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
if somebody
get down with
cut
that.
on you while you were asleep, you'd wake up.
Oh, you would.
But
what if they put their fist in your ass? Wouldn't you wake
they
up?
give you enough pain medicine, things that kind of thing is tolerable.
Where do they shoot that one? Like in your spine, like in the
No,
base?
IV.
But don't they have to numb your coolie?
No, you don't feel it. I've had it done. It's not bad.
Really?
It's not bad.
You saying you enjoyed it?
You might say that.
This is Dr. Fistenstein. He's going to give you your sigmoidoscopy. The hell's that called?
Sigmoidoscopy.
Hey, what about, Drew?
Hey,
what about that stuff that you hear advertised on the AM stations where they have the whole body imaging? Thing
Yeah,
where they
I am.
Do all that.
I think
what about
I think that is such a incredible waste.
Really?
Yeah, I think if
Why?
people, because people don't understand what they're doing when it comes to that. They think there's some sort of some magic, some voodoo. You're seeing into my
magic.
body.
Yeah.
You're seeing now that, for instance, you have to take it organ system by organ system, right? The colon.
Right.
You can see a colon cancer on those CAT scans, but you can't see the polyps that need to be removed to prevent cancer.
Right.
So you still need a colonoscopy. So it does nothing there.
All right. What about
for the heart? For the heart, it tells you whether you need workup to see if there's functionally significant narrowing in the arteries.
Right.
And they tend to alert people to that. But if they're getting proper physical exam, they're being assessed properly, if they get regular screening tests, they're more accurate and they're better, and they send you down the path of workup.
What about
with
your
better
brain and
reason.
your lungs, liver?
Liver, get no information. Pancreas, if you have cancer there, it's game over. Lung, it may be useful, but we're already doing something called spiral CTs there every 3 to 5 years anyway for people who are at risk.
What about your brain?
There's no screening of the brain.
Still, the idea of doing that sort of Star Trek thing where they just load you into
That's
a big
the
cylinder
whole thing. It's a
and
concept.
slide you back out
Yeah,
again.
but
Well, it's better than not doing it, isn't it? What do you mean, no? Of course it's better than nothing.
No, because for instance, I take the heart. If they prematurely send you down a path to an angiogram, you're putting yourself at risk. In other words, the accuracy of a test is dependent on the probability of it being positive. In other words, a test is only useful when you know what you're looking for. So unless it's a screening test.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying. You take your car, you put it up on the rack, guy walks around underneath it with a drop light, sees if he can spot anything.
If there's things
looks like
that
there's
he
going to
needs,
be trouble down the
then
road.
paths he needs to go down. That's right. This is not that.
We'll get into this off the air. I didn't understand the angiogram part. I don't
Right.
see what's
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Right.
Nick?
Yeah.
You're 21?
Yes.
What's up?
I guess this has been happening since I first started having sex. I don't ejaculate whatsoever.
Ever?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Well, maybe out of 100% of me ever having sex, 5% of the time it's happened.
Are you nervous?
When oral sex, too.
By the way, you can just say 5%. You don't have to do the declaration of the out of 100%.
Oh, all right.
If you say 5% of the time, I won't go, what is that, out of 90% or 180%? What's the percentage? Okay, so 5 times out of 100.
Yeah.
Are you anxious? Are these with different people?
Yeah. Different people.
And are you nervous when you're doing this?
No, not really.
Are you into it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you'll just go and go, but
like the Energizer Bunny.
nothing will come out.
Right.
Do you lose your erection at some point?
Oh, eventually.
Are you circumcised?
Yes.
And what about through oral sex?
Man, oral sex either, and I've just started getting like really good too, and it's
Right.
for the first time, it's like a girl who likes doing it.
How about
Is that all
masturbating?
those guys?
How about masturbating?
Oh yeah, that's no problem.
No problem. And
No
what's
problem.
different about masturbating?
What's that?
Why is masturbating different?
Well, it's a real thing.
I don't know.
What position are you in when you masturbate?
I guess I'm just sitting up.
Sitting up?
Yeah.
Legs straight out in front of you?
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you mean, like at a right angle to your
No, what I
torso?
mean is you're on
Reclining on the couch.
You're on the bed. Yeah, you're on the
Or,
couch.
yeah.
Your legs. Do you lock them out in front of you?
No, they're not locked out. It differs.
And no trouble there. But you're always sitting on your butt. You're not standing up in the shower or something.
No, nuh-uh.
How about you get in that position? Now you can masturbate, no problem, right?
Right.
How long does it take?
Oh, that varies, man. It's gone anywhere from 2 minutes to an hour.
Hour.
Yeah.
Were you drunk?
No.
Not high? Nothing?
Nuh-uh.
Oh, an hour.
The third time around?
Yeah, you going for the hat trick?
No. Sometimes the hat trick, but.
Are you on medication?
No. Am I what?
On medication?
Oh, no.
Do you have any medical problems?
Nope.
Nick.
Yes.
You need to assume the position. Here's my advice. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. When you masturbate, pick one position. Like lie down on your bed and put your legs out in front of you.
Okay.
And kind of lock yourself out a little bit. Put your straighten your legs, put them out in front of you. Masturbate in that position, only in that position. Then, when you're with a girl, have her get on top, and it'll be the same position that you're masturbating in.
And why don't you bring yourself close by yourself? You know what I mean?
Well, what about...
How do you work that out?
Does that rule out everything else then?
For the time being.
What do you
Until
mean?
you get good at,
different positions?
Yeah.
until you get good at this one thing.
Okay. I wanted to cut it out altogether. Masturbating.
Oh.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, but you could, but and Drew, it makes a certain amount of sense, but we know that 21-year-old guys don't really work that way.
No.
Like, hey, I whacked off on Tuesday and I'm having sex on Friday, and of course I can't orgasm because I whacked off on Tuesday.
No.
Most 21-year-old guys,
They're refueled a few hours later.
they could knock one out at noon and that evening be getting it on and have no difficulty.
Yeah.
I say double down on the masturbation, only in the one position, on the back, legs out in front of you, get her on top, fool your penis into thinking you're masturbating, it'll just be one more.
All right.
All right, we'll be back.
LoveLine, back in a minute.
Hey, what the f*** is up? This is Mark from f***ing Blink-182, and you're listening to f***ing LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. f***ing Drew.
Yep, you is. It is LoveLine. That is, Blink-182 will be in here on Tuesday night. Dr. Drew's in, I'm in, back from fabulous New York. Danny Ash, the big-boobed, softcore porn chick who's got the website, who gets 100 million hits a week or whatever the hell. You know, they always get in those arguments, like whose website gets hit the most.
Right.
And it's always between Danny Ash, who's that blonde chick with the big jugs, and the other blonde chick with the big jugs, who's, what the hell's her name?
Cindy.
Yes, Cindy Margolis.
Margolis.
Right. And then they get in these big arguments. And they just fudge the numbers, and it all sounds like nonsense. Whatever it is, you could probably cut it in half, right?
Well, whatever it is, it's a lot for both of them.
Right. But they're not getting, are they getting rich off it?
Yeah,
I guess they are. All right. See, Drew, you should have put some big boobs on your website. Brian?
Yeah.
You're 19?
Yeah.
What's up?
I was wondering how often is a healthy frequency for a couple to be having sex?
Why do you ask?
Well, just 'cause I felt rejected when my girl, thought that we were doing it too often, or...
Yeah.
Well...
What, how, it depends how long you've been with the person, too.
And how old
long
you
you
are.
been with the person?
3 years.
3 years.
took me 2.5 before I ever had sex with her.
Okay, so it's been about 6 months you've been doing this.
Yeah.
How old is she?
17.
Well, most average couples about 1.5, 2 times a week. But at 19, I could see most guys would be interested in maybe every day.
Yes, yeah.
And women, again, don't often
Well,
have
especially when you're making up for 2.5 years.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like you got to.
I worked on it. Yeah, I earned this.
Yeah. I love it. They look at that hymen as a project, guys do. And they've been pining away and slaving away and
It's not
burning the
just-
midnight
it's
oil.
like an award of some kind. You know, I earned that one.
Right, and now it's after 2.5 grueling years, it's a game on sexually, and he wants to get it going.
It's been 6 months, though.
Now,
But-
so what do you guys good for a week?
What's that?
How many times a week?
Now?
Yeah.
Maybe 2. We went on vacation the other week, and not even once, you know. And we,
Well, but that's her. There's sort of a disparity between both of your drives and expectations, and realize that when men start pushing women, they feel objectified, and that turns them off.
yeah, I was wondering. I made sure. I'm only. It's cut down to 2 because whenever I want it, I could get it, but I wait for her to initiate because I don't want to push it because I feel like that when she mentioned something that she thought it was too much, I'm not gonna.
Something's not right about this.
Yeah, play hard to get. Yeah, it's a
Yeah, but
great
she's
angle.
not. She's not going to like that either.
No. Brian.
Yeah.
Are you a little insecure?
What do you mean?
I mean, you seem a little paranoid about being shot down by her.
A lot of guys that's very troubling to them.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of guys they need to feel desired. That's one of the number one reports from men is they want to feel like their woman really desires them.
Yeah, I like to be left alone.
Medication.
What's that?
I said I wanted to blame it on her medication, like lowered sex drive.
What's her medicine?
Prozac.
Oh yeah, that'll knock it down quite a bit.
Where'd you guys go on vacation?
What's that?
Where did you go on vacation?
Mesquite, Las Vegas, and St. George.
I don't know where St. George is. You just took her?
Utah.
Yeah.
You took her yourself?
Yeah.
And no sex, huh?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be the Prozac, and then when you start coming on with your anxiety and your needs, she gets even more feels objectified, and you might want to change your medication. Cerazone, Wellbutrin,
Spanish fly.
Remeron would not be as likely to cause that shutdown. Prozac really shuts people down.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
All right, well, see if she can switch that medication.
I think that'd be smart.
Because that's probably what it is.
It's a big part of it.
Rebecca?
Yes.
You're 23?
Yes.
You know what I think's funny? I love it when anybody, in any situation, but especially when guys go, oh, yeah? Yeah. I won't ask you for sex. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
3 months later, the guy's just sitting there
He's
whacking
furious,
his meat and
too.
furious. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Well, see, my boyfriend and I, we see each other 2 to 3 times a week, and when I do go to his house, I'm anticipating sex. I have a very healthy sex drive.
This is the opposite of the other caller.
What?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And he doesn't really. He lasts between 5 to 8 minutes.
That
and
5 to 8 minutes is not good for you, or
that's not a problem for me. The time frame is not, because he can get me off in that time. But the fact that we don't have it as often,
which is how often do you want it?
I would like it every day.
Is he on medication?
No.
Well, every day, but every time you see him, right? I mean,
We do every
3 times a week, right?
Yeah,
So-
Every day or 3 times a week?
but 3 times a week.
Right. And what does he want?
Sometimes it's 3 times, other times it's 2, and sometimes it's 1.
And what's he interested in? What does he want to do?
Okay, hold on.
Am I missing this?
Rebecca is one of these people where the conversation is trying to like play handball off the drapes.
Yeah.
So it's a little difficult to communicate with her. But Rebecca,
Yes.
here's what I'm saying, baby. If you guys see each other 3 days a week and you're getting it 3 days a week, then that's sort of 100% of
Right.
the time that you see him.
That's right.
Now, do you want to move in with him or see him 5, 6 days a week?
I would like to see him more.
And why is he resisting that?
He says, he actually told me that I'm too much of a woman for him because he doesn't want it as often. As
Wait. Stop taking it out of the context of sex, because he doesn't. Because every time you see him, you have sex with him.
Yes.
What are those days like when he doesn't want to see you? What is the reason, other than he seems to be making sex as an excuse? How come he can't go out to dinner with you? How come he can't do other things with you on those other days? You're fat.
Oh, Drew, please.
Actually, every time I see him, I want it. And just going to dinner just kind of doesn't do it.
Maybe
she's
Rebecca's
sexually
creeping
compulsive.
him out
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. Are you sexual compulsive?
No, well, I probably.
Yeah, something happened to you growing up?
What do you mean?
Is some sort of arousal, some sort of were you exposed to some sexual material when you were a child?
When I was young,
What happened?
I was molested.
Okay. Well, so
All right.
that's where sexual compulsion comes from.
I said, here's what's going on, Rebecca. You need the sex from him in a way that's a little unnatural. It was created in your past.
You understand? It's unsatiable. It's insatiable because of that sexual abuse.
And he feels that, and I think you freak him out a little bit. Now, he may not be conscious of it, but he definitely gets that vibe. And he should, because this was born in a bad environment. This comes from a bad place.
So we knew that because you said you couldn't spend any time with him without sexualizing it. And that's a wiring issue. That's a wiring in your brain that causes it, absolutely. And that needs to be treated, frankly, Rebecca. If your your relationship's been okay otherwise, they've been kind of chaotic.
Oh yeah, we're like best friends.
No, not just this one. Not this one. In the past,
Your
they've
best
been
friends.
okay. Yeah.
You can't go out to dinner with your best friends. Your best friend, you got to bang the bejesus out of him.
Well, we can go to dinner, but afterwards,
That's the point. You can't without. So, have your relationships in the past been kind of chaotic?
I haven't really had a relationship more than about a month and a half.
Okay.
Because they're chaotic.
Oh, just to say they're chaotic, Rebecca, so we can move on.
They're chaotic.
Thank you. Okay, so you got to get some therapy because somebody molested you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who did that?
It was some guy my dad knew.
Nice. And how long did that go on?
Couple months.
Okay. And you were how old?
I was about 7.
So have you ever got any treatment for that?
No.
So that's what you have to do.
Right, you got to do that, Rebecca. This relationship could work just fine, but you've got some mechanisms in your head that's causing him to retreat a little bit, and that's your responsibility to take care of that right now.
Okay.
All right. So don't just focus on the sex.
It sounds like you guys are doing fine otherwise. I mean,
Yeah.
3 times a week, every time you see him, good. Great.
And listen, everybody, people react to people that are screwed up. They just smell it on them. This guy gets a little creeped out. He probably doesn't know about this. She probably doesn't know it's attached to this. All he knows is he's feeling some energy come at him, some unnatural S from the past, and he needs to retreat a few days a week. Because he gets the feeling that if these two moved in together, they spent 6 days, 7 days a week together, it would open up the floodgates. He'd probably be overwhelmed with her insanity. Dustin?
Yeah.
You're 20?
Yes.
What's up?
Just recently, about a week ago, I noticed some discoloration in my semen.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I just thought of something.
Yeah.
I want to alert our phone screeners to this. Here's my new plan. Phone screeners? Yes? Damien? Over here. Yes. Start using the letter O in place of the numeral 0. I will outsmart these idiots who decided it was a good idea to put the dot in the middle of the O so we would not be confused for, in the middle of a 0 so we wouldn't be confused for an O, except for it looks like a goddamn 8. Drives me insane. And what do you think you're going to say? Yeah, 2-0? Jesus Christ. I know no one knows what I'm talking about, but I'm looking at this screen right now, and I sit about 6 feet from it, and I try to fall asleep during the show, and it's hard for me to pay attention. And the O's, the zeros look like 8s because they put a dot in the middle of it. So do you hear that now? Yes, as a matter of fact, can you change Dustin? Can you do that?
There you go.
This is going to look great, Drew. And this is what you call a breakthrough, my friend. This is going to be one of my...
Frank, we did 3. Oh, we got 3-0 there, too.
This is going to be one of my proudest moments. Yes, and Frank on line 4, who has a 3 with an O and a dot in the middle of it, so it looks exactly like an 8 from where I sit, will now be replaced.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, no.
Well, what happened?
Big O. It's
gotta be big O.
Put a little...
Yes. Oh, boy, that's confusing. Well, what could that be?
This is wonderful.
Oh, this is the biggest, Drew, biggest breakthrough in the last year for me on this show. Dustin?
Yeah.
I'm a new man. Go ahead.
All right. Should I repeat it?
Yeah.
Okay. Just maybe about a week ago, after masturbating, I noticed that the semen was an odd color.
All right. Well, brown, you mentioned, is usually blood, so it's worth getting that looked into. Like, as we talked earlier, it's usually just a broken blood vessel. It doesn't necessarily mean there's anything seriously wrong, but it's always a good reason to get things checked out.
Were you going at it too hard?
No.
It doesn't have to happen that way.
No. So we just got to go to urologist?
Urologist, a general doctor even. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, Dustin, take care.
All right, bud. You know what my next move is, now that I've conquered this zero controversy with a goddamn dot in the middle of it, so it looks exactly like an 8?
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that's really been running through my mind for years now. As you know, one of my other big problems is the manhole covers that have this road stripe on them that get put
by the
back
way, that drives me insane. whenever I
facing
see
the
that.
wrong direction or skew. You couldn't
I
put
almost-
the line there. Jesus, all you lazy federal employees, you have, or city employees, you got a line right there. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
line goes
line
right
it
over
up.
that, goes right over the top of that manhole cover. When you put it back, line the line back up. Jesus Christ, it's just common decency is all this. But I'll tell you, here's my next quest, and I mean it. If the president, if anyone running for office would say, I'm going to look into this, he would get my vote immediately. That horrible, horrible tone that comes before the wrong number. Yes. How necessary. Somebody who's listening to this show, explain to me why we need that gut-wrenching tone before the recording of the guy saying you have reached a wrong number. What would be the danger in just having the guys recording?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Now, are we being punished? Is this like a Pavlovian thing where they're trying to train us? You won't be you'll be more careful next time you dial, or you will get my wrath, my audible
Seems
wrath.
that way, yeah.
All right, somebody call the show and tell us what that sound is about. I got energy built up, Drew. I was out of town last week.
Take a break.
All right, when we come back, we're going to speak to Daniel. Who's 17. Wants to know what age your penis stops growing. His is 4 inches. We'll get to him after this.
You know what I'm saying out there? Adam and Dr. Drew will be right back on LoveLine.
Yes, indeed. It is LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Well, let's forget about that phone number. Get back to the phones. But please, if somebody can answer the question why they have that horrible, horrible tone before the you've dialed the wrong number recording, I would love an explanation on that. It has become my life's work. Daniel?
Yeah.
Daniel?
Yeah, I'm right here.
You awake? All right.
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous.
Okay.
Well, my question is, at what age does your penis start growing?
Start growing or stop growing?
Both start and stop.
Starting can be any time from around 10 on.
Mine
Stopping-
started about 10 and about 10 and a half. I think it was done.
Finish is 21, generally. And what's up with you?
Well, I'm 17 and I'm not sure if the size of my penis is normal.
What size is it now?
'Cause when it's erect,
Yeah.
it's like 4 inches.
Are you normal height?
My 5'11".
And you have normal body development, normal hair distribution, that kind of thing?
I do have hairs and all that.
Okay. Well, you got about 4 more years of growth to go here, so
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah, you'll be all right. I mean, listen, you're never going to have a huge dong. You'll probably make average. Average isn't 6. You know, it's like 5.2 or 5.3 or something like that.
Then I didn't realize that guys spend a lot of time obsessing about their penis as a symbol of their own worth. You know what I'm saying? Guys that are secure in their sense of self, don't worry about their penis size.
No, it's your car.
Yeah.
That's what you should focus on, right, Drew?
Yeah, get
Please.
compensate for your penis with your
Absolutely. Prioritize.
car and wallet. That's a nice compensation.
Liam?
Hey,
Hey, you're 16. What's up?
I'm
calling from Sacramento. I'm saying I know what the 3 tones before the wrong number thing is.
Oh my God.
No.
By the way,
I don't anticipate any satisfactory answer, but go ahead
no,
anyway.
there is none. By the way, Adam Carolla, you're God.
Thank you. Now, what is that?
whatever.
What is that tone?
It's for when your modem or your fax machine calls the wrong number, it knows to hang up. And they've got like a different one for every different error message.
So you're saying...
That doesn't make sense even.
No, I don't think it does.
Fax machine won't connect. It doesn't connect. If it hangs up if it doesn't connect. If it doesn't get a handshake, it hangs up.
Well, because if it doesn't have that error message, it just like leaves your line open.
No way.
I think that tone has been around
way before fax machines.
Long before the
way
fax
before
and the modem.
when I was using a rotary dial phone, that thing was still there.
That's how it knows to disconnect.
Liam.
Yeah.
That tone was long before the fax machine was invented.
Well,
maybe they anticipated it.
What?
This is just what I've been told.
Okay, well, no way, because I can remember that back with the rotary phone in the 60s. And there was no fax, no computers, the phone was a phone. That was it then.
He does, young Liam does make some sense.
Yeah, but why would that have been there back then?
I have no idea.
But it may have been some kind of disconnect for something, though.
Okay.
Either that or they're just trying to piss you off, Adam.
It is right up there, and somebody call. I got a screwed up phone line at my house, and if you call in the middle of the day, sometimes you'll get the fax tone. I am gonna go insane.
Oh,
I understand you need a tone for the fax. Couldn't we work something out that's a little less abrasive?
You would think.
Yeah, and that tone. And is it the same one nationally? Is it that way throughout the country?
Oh, I'm sure.
Heather?
Yeah.
You're 13?
Yeah.
What is up?
Well, I went out with this guy in the summertime, and then my best friend liked him, and then I went out with another guy during the year, and
hey, Heather, turn your radio down, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then she liked the same guy, and I went out with him, and then we broke up, and she went out with him.
Yeah.
And then, so now they're broken up, and I kind of, like, we've been flirting a lot lately, and I don't know, there's kind of been something going on.
What's going on?
I don't know, it seems like there's, like, sparks flying kind of thing.
I see, like he's waving at you and stuff?
Yeah.
Smiling when she waves.
But then there's another guy that I'm kind of, like, interested in.
Heather, what's the question?
What is this, like, turned into Tiger Beat hotline
what is the
or
question?
something?
Well, I just don't really know what to do. I don't know, because I don't know how to tell my friend that I like this guy, and I don't know if I definitely do. And
Why do you have to tell your friends?
What?
Why do you need to tell your friends? Oh,
Because they just broke up a little while ago, and I don't really know if she'd care or not. I don't know if she's still
oh, how long ago did they break up?
It was probably a couple of weeks ago.
Well, that's a lifetime in a teenager's
yeah,
life.
but there's still
wait,
a
you
code.
had him first, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
All right. So
Why'd you break up with him in the first place?
because I cheated on him. But it was the dumbest mistake I've ever...
Were you having sex with him?
No.
And when you cheated, what were you doing? Making out with another guy?
No, well, he went down on me, but...
Ooh.
13, man. Yeesh. How old was he?
The same age.
13?
No, he was 14.
Oh. He get his retainer caught in you? Jesus Christ.
Well, he's kind of like a bad kid. Like, he's...
Yeah, he's trouble. That's why you like him.
No, he just...
Okay. No more of that.
Yeah, I know.
All right. We're sort of giving a quasi-blessing to the new old guy.
Yeah. All right.
Here
we go. We got an answer. Maybe.
Aaron.
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go.
28?
Aaron?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we want to hear. We want to know.
You work for the phone company.
Okay, I can tell you exactly what that is. A long time ago, before obviously there was digital, what's called digital signaling and digital call transmission, the only way that equipment would know in the switching centers at AT&T, the old Bell system, would know what was going on the other end was by a series of 3 tones. And your last caller was right who said there are different tones for different reasons. Well, what it is their tones are about 60 to 70 hertz apart, different sounds. They're 1 second long each, followed by a quarter-second pause, and generally the equipment at the other end would be able to tell if it was a disconnected number, or if the trunk, all the circuits were busy, or something else.
I got a great plan.
Sure.
How about we put the goddamn tone after the guy telling us we got the wrong number, and then that way
We don't have our ears blown
I'll
out.
hang up immediately as soon as I hear the guy saying he's got the wrong number. Can we do it that way?
Well, it makes sense, yeah.
Or,
in
given
theory,
that that was all invented for the 1930s, why don't we eliminate that altogether?
because a lot of payphones and other equipment still relies upon that. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense. A lot of the things that happen technologically anymore, but I mean, there's so much equipment out there. You'd be amazed how much is
All right,
invested in
but what would be the harm in putting it after the guy tells you got the wrong number?
Well, I'll tell you what it is exactly. You remember there's a whole thing about people being able to make free phone calls with black and blue boxes and all these tones a long time ago. And the reason is before your call actually goes through, before you actually get a connection from point to point in the old analog system, in some foreign exchanges in some foreign countries, you could actually use those tones, but different series of tones, to actually re-originate that call and send that call somewhere else. So you wouldn't want to actually keep the circuit open while this was actually taking place.
You want those tones to
Does that make sense?
right away.
All right, but here's what I need. I need a mild warning tone. I need
before you're getting
I need like a whoo. I need something that I can slam the phone down immediately.
You know, probably have your own voice on there as a warning tone.
Oh, Adam's
worst.
tones.
On the show and the caliber of answers that you give most
Please,
people.
Aaron, please, thank you for calling, by the way, and please make it your life's work to get rid of that tone. Please. Or some sort of preliminary soft warning tone that says that one's coming. The worst is when you call the same number twice and get it 2 times in a row because you're not sure if you misdialed or the phone was ran out. I'm talking about a class action lawsuit here, Drew. Anyone who's interested
Mental
in getting
distress,
on,
I'm in.
Thank you. We'll be back.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Yeah, look at that. That looks good. That is so good. What a breakthrough. Really, this is the best show we've ever done. Just because I started replacing the zeros with
the
O's.
empty set, with O's.
Yeah, big difference. Big difference. Okay, we're scoring. Now, later this week, Danny Ash, the internet porn star, will be in here with the huge jugs who I worship, and Blink 182.
Fabulous.
So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Wilkins Ingle. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.